All right, hi everybody. This is Patrick back from the 8-Track Tape Store. And what we're going to work on next is a very early cart. These are cartridges that are pretty much unmistakable in that there is a metal pin that is towards the top right here in the back. It's shiny, it's round, and it kind of looks like a nail head. It's a pin that's serrated. It's about 1 inch long, and it looks a bit like a roofing nail, if you know what those look like. And so the serrated end of these pins goes down into the plastic and kind of grabs on, and that makes it very hard to extract from the post that it's in. So you can't like do it with my favorite tool, the needle nose pliers. It's just not going to work because it's really stuck in there, and it was meant to be. So the way we get these out is applying heat. So there's a couple ways to do that. I think the most common way that most of the 8-track aficionados use is a soldering iron. So this is a soldering iron from my garage. You put the end on while it's hot. You're going to heat this up. And eventually, when you heat this, after a couple minutes, it's going to soften up the plastic around it. And it's going to make it easy to extract with pressure applying upwards, either from the needle nose pliers or this is a snap ring pliers. You can use that. Okay. Or I'll show you another trick in a minute. But that's the way I think most people use apply heat. But Mary taught me just recently what I think is a better way. So she got tired of using or waiting for the soldering iron. So she went into the kids' room and just got a plain old glue gun. So if you have a glue gun from doing kindergarten projects at home with your kids, you can use the tip on the glue gun. And it's actually better because it's round. It's more in the shape of the pin here. And so when you use the soldering iron, mine's kind of kludgy. It's got an awkward end, and the end is actually bigger than the pin here. And so you run the risk of putting a little indentation, if you're not quite careful enough, into the plastic from the tip of the soldering iron. So Mary's method eliminates that. She uses the glue gun and applies the heat pressure here. And at the same time we're doing that, like I mentioned, you can be applying outward pressure with the needle nose pliers. You can use the snap ring pliers here. Or, and this is a little trick we learned from John at 8-Track Avenue, this is a common potato chip bag clip. And so you can put that in there and just start pressing as you're heating, and eventually that's going to open. Now my experience is this is going to take 2 to 4 minutes to open. We're not going to be watching the whole time. I'm going to pause the video now, and we'll come back when this is ready to open. Okay, so that process was about 2 minutes. We applied heat to the pin here, and the chip clip did the rest, and there it is. So we can now take this off. This pin is very hot from from the glue gun or the soldering iron, whatever you use. You're going to want to use a tool to take that out. This tape I opened kind of upside down, so I'm going to flip that over carefully, and we will lift the lid. And so this does not have a lot of work to do, which is kind of nice. Even the pad here, well, we'll replace the pad, but that's for another video. Right now, we're just going to close this up. And so what we do is on these carts, we use the back posts here to channel the tape around. So it's kind of a neat setup when you get this all in place. So let's see, we're going to go around the pinch roller. We'll go in here. And that's kind of the way it should look. And then in the front here, you're going to tuck these in under these two tabs that are here. The back posts are used here, and what that does is when you're channeling it is it gives you kind of an extra loop of tape to play with. So if your tension gets a little tight, you can loosen it by just eliminating that and dropping that loop down to the reel. So it's kind of nice to have that. Other than that, what we're going to do to close the top onto it is use these little grooves. So if you can see in here, there is a groove here and a groove here, and those grooves are going to line up with these little tabs that are here. So we're going to lay it in like that and just drop it like a book, like a lot of these cartridges. So you want to make sure after it's closed that you really got it in the grooves by making sure that this end and this end here are flush. And now that it is closed, the way we're going to put the pin back is make it a little easier for next time. Where is the pin? That is the question. Okay, here it is. So what we do in our shop to make this easier to open in the future is we apply a half a drop of oil to the pin. So we're going to put that there, and I'm going to put it back in the way it came out, turn it a couple times. That'll get the oil kind of around the plastic that's in there. And then we're just going to drive it in with a mallet. You can kind of reverse engineer this and reheat and then, drive it in that way. I don't find that's necessary. A little bit of oil and then just pound that down. And you can see that took quite a bit of pressure. These carts are tough. They can withstand a lot of pressure. That's why I actually like working on them. I mean, once you get the pin out, you're pretty good to go because what's inside is always pretty easy to work on. And you get a kind of a taste of excellent manufacturing from the 1960s. And that's what this cart represents. So I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Patrick from the 8tracktapestore.com.